These are very harsh words to begin our gospel passage today when Jesus claims, and well, the claim he says, if you do not, anyone who comes to me without hating his mom and dad, blah, etc., etc., hating. Wow. Isn't that a pretty strong word for the Lord? Isn't that a pretty powerful word? What does hate mean? Devoid of any kind of positive feeling, I think. To hate someone or to something is have nothing good to say about him or her, no feelings positive about him or her. It's really a horrible state of being. Ooh. Not to love, not to care, at least for one person or two maybe. But you see, we're looking at two different words here, and I need to say this because this is so true. The word of hate, as we take it in 21st century, differs from the word that was first described, if you will, in Luke's gospel in the first century. It does. We look at the word hate in the 21st century, and we know what that word means. However, the word hate as used in the first century AD did not have that same connotation. No, the word hate means not necessarily devoid of any kind of positive feelings. They're there, but to a lesser degree. So you have the love, but to a lesser degree. Now what Jesus says, you must love, if you want to be my disciple, you have to do this. Well, what does he mean? God must be your priority. That's what he's saying. Love God uno numero. Then he says, if you can do that, if you can love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and he is number one, guess what? Come follow me. Whoa, what does that mean? Come take up your cross. Really? He did. Jesus took upon himself all of sin, all of death, and he conquered it. His cross was unbearable, and he died upon it, but you see 3 days later he rose above it. And what Jesus is saying now to us who follow him, you must do the same. I mean, you're not going to literally mount a cross, but we know what that word means. We know what crosses are because when they come, they come. We don't want them, but they're here. Sometimes a cross can be, so discomforting, if you will. Excuse me. I feel a little bit discomfort. Sometimes it's a little heavier. And then there comes that time. It's just not heavy anymore. It's crushing. It's unbearable. The cross that I have to carry is difficult. It's hard. What can I do? Well, see, what can you do? Every cross hopefully leads to the resurrection. I so believe that. Every cross leads to the resurrection. And you know what that means? It means new life. It means new life. This cross that I'm carrying right now has to lead to new life. I have to be able to face it. What do we do when they come? And they will come. Stand up and face it as we would face anything. And we say to ourselves, I'm not alone in this. No, I'm not alone in bearing what I have to bear. God is with me. God will send someone to me during those periods of time which I will need that person, or he could be of help me. Don't you see? That's what's called salvific death and life, if you will. When we are able to face our crosses, when we are able to face them head on and directly as they come, and when God is there to offer us his love and his support, and others are there to offer their love and support for us as we try to overcome, we will indeed do that. And then we will face new life. And when we have new life, this is the resurrection. It is changing of the old to the new. It is conquering what cross was so hard for us to endure. So I see this beautiful one sentence that Jesus says, now, whoever does not carry his own cross, come after me, cannot be my disciple. One sentence with a profound teaching. And so when they come, when those crosses do come, what do we do? And that's the challenge I'm presenting to me and to you, all of us. What do we do when they come? Do we give in to them? Or do we face them, knowing that God is there, God is with us, and we can overcome?